Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. This is Project Life 2024. Today I am working on week 13, and I was looking through my March bingo sheet, and I decided to grab a paper pad that I haven't used in a very long time. I also cut some ovals from my scraps. I found a ugly piece of paper. It's actually this one and this one. And I don't know if I would call them ugly as much as maybe difficult to use. So we're going to go with that. I also, I die cut a couple of things. And I grabbed, this was the paper pad that I wanted to grab out of it was actually in my rainbow kit. It's a Pink Fresh Studios paper pad. It's called Keeping It Real. It was really great for lockdown because it had a lot of, today is hard, stay at home, walk in the neighborhood. And I had a couple of little scraps that I wanted to use up. It had some really cute little cut aparts too. So yeah, some of the cut aparts are in here. And they're basically just miniature versions of the 3x4 cards. So I grabbed a couple of pieces of that. I did what I like to do, and I grabbed two of the scraps because it's a 6x6 paper pad. So I had some 2x6 scraps. So I put them together and made my DIY 4x6 card. I didn't have big enough white cardstock to die cut the ovals. So I just glued a couple of larger sheets of white computer paper together and cut those. What else can I tell you? That's one of the little cut aparts. And so this journal, I did this way because I wanted to use ovals, but I also wanted most of the paper to show, just because it's kind of about, difficult times and such. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got. I also pulled some teeny tiny little red hearts, which I'll probably sprinkle in a couple of other places. This is the leftover scallop from that white piece of scrap that I cut with my punch. And I grabbed a couple of alphas. We'll see what we do with those. All right, I will put you on fast forward while I get embellishing. I'm really glad I grabbed that little 6x6 paper pad. It was kind of a nice break. A lot of the patterns and papers that I've been using recently are actually from 12x12s that I've cut down to 4x6 and 3x4. So a lot of the patterns are quite large scale. It was really nice to have not a whole bunch of cutting to do, and I was able to use a few of my scraps, which was also really nice. I would really like to invest in a few more 6x6 and 6x8 pattern paper pads, but got to get through a little bit more of this first. I feel like moving forward, even though the Recollections pads from Michaels are typically what I end up buying, I may actually deliberately choose not to buy them for the fact that, like I said, you always have so much. And I don't know about any of you, but if you're doing pocket scrapbooking or Project Life, you get tired of patterns really quickly. So I feel like the only way it's worthwhile doing is if you've got some really big projects you want to do, like if you're doing home decor, or if you're using them for actual 12x12 scrapbook layouts. But for my case, I always end up with a lot of them just sitting in my little bin waiting to be used. So cardstock is always good, but again, do you do 12x12 size or 8.5x11 size? Because either way, you're going to have plenty. So just some food for thought. I'm really loving those wood grain thickers that I bought from Michael's. They were in like the discount bin. They were 99 cents a pack. So I bought every single one that I could find, and I think there were like 3. But I love them because they've got a good amount of letters and numbers, which is, of course, what I need. Yeah, this was a kind of a nice change. I say that at the end of the video, I think, but it was nice to have some less saturated colors and a few more patterns. Because, of course, the danger is when you're using cardstock, it's just a lot of really dense color with not a lot to break it up. So I'm just using some of my little Cricut labels, which are labels that I used my gel pens on my Cricut, just to, they're all the same size. They're all like 1x2 size. And then I just had them outlined in different gel pen colors to coordinate with various things. Those are getting a lot of use too. I think I ended up cutting like 3 or 4 pages of them. So I've got like 10 or 12 of each color. I also love not having to stop and grab out my stamps to stamp out labels. But that is something I should probably think about doing. I haven't actually cracked out any of my dyes, or, sorry, not my dyes, my inks or my oxides, or my paint really for that matter. I haven't done a lot of that lately. I think I've been more in a mode of getting things kind of caught up. So I'm working through all of my Citrus Twist puffy hearts. I don't have any of the multicolored hearts left. I'm just working on this black and white pack, and as you can see, it's getting some use today. So looks like I'll be back to you here live in a moment. All right, friends, week 13 all done, and as you can see by the shadows on my desk, I need to speed my process up. So this is a lighter, more pastel-y kind of vibe than the last couple of layouts, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. As always, thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.